Welcome to another episode of Shock and Awe Toy Reviews. I am Toast.
I am Berg.
And we are two idiots with a toy. This is Neca's The Wolfman.
The ultimate Lon Chaney Jr. Wolfman. And yet, they call him Lon Chaney on the poster. Spoilers! So here is the next Universal Monsters figure that I bought. Super excited. He's my favorite.
3 of 3.
3 of 3.
For Wilson, who's counting.
Yeah. I don't know if I made this clear in the two videos previous. I'm going to buy probably all of them. I don't know there's a character that they would put out in mass market that I wouldn't buy.
Have they announced anyone else yet?
Dracula for sure.
I wasn't even aware that they'd announced Dracula.
They announced Dracula last summer or maybe last fall, and they showed his Bela Lugosi's vampire ring signet, Dracula ring that he got buried in. So that's there's a promo image.
Okay.
I think it might have been in October when they were doing all their 31 days of Halloween.
Oh, that makes sense. Yep.
Yeah.
31 days of reveals.
Yep.
So Wolfman.
Looks
awesome.
As I've said before, and I'll probably say in the next however many videos, I love the Universal Monsters. I love monsters. I love horror movies. I have wanted a super articulated toy of this guy forever. This is probably 5, my 5th or 6th Lon Chaney Wolfman figure. This is the latest and, in my opinion, probably the greatest one. Mostly.
Lon Chaney, Universal Monsters.
Yep.
Wolfman. Okay.
And as much like the Mummy and Frankenstein, he has a phenomenal portrait.
Oh, yes.
That is unmistakably the Wolfman. You might not know Lon Chaney, but if you're, I would say, over the age of 10, and you know this guy.
Yep.
Which is sad because everyone should know this guy. Anyway, I believe it's Jack Pierce who made the makeup, and yeah, he's got the puppy dog nose, he's got the fangs, he's got the yak fur over his face, and it is sculpted. Like, the hair looks great.
The hair really does.
It looks like his Wolfman perm or whatever it was. I don't know. And the paint looks great. The eyes look great. And then the shirt has so many wrinkles, and it's not just solid green. It actually has at least 1 or 2 washes on it.
Yeah.
And if you look up close on the shirt, you can see the texture of the cloth, the stitching. Once again, Neca knocks it out of the park with the sculpting. And
looks like a gray wash.
Yeah. And he's got his pants and his belt, and they're all sculpted and have a nice wash. His belt buckle is picked out in silver. His belt is a different brown. I've known some places where the belt's just the color of the pants because they're not going to paint the belt.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that if they do that, I wind up repainting.
Yeah.
If these pants are suitably dirty, these would not need repainting, in my opinion.
There you go.
This is roughly what I wound up doing with 2 Sandman.
There you go.
Dirty up the pants.
And as with all the original Wolfmen, he has his rolled up pants, because if you're going to turn into a werewolf, randomly you roll up your pants, but you don't roll up your sleeves.
Huh.
Which is something I just noticed right now as I was talking about it.
Interesting. It's smart to roll up the pants.
It is. It's to show that he has wolf feet, and it's a cool transformation sequence where you don't have to show his face, or his, you can just have a foot sitting.
I was thinking that's why his shirt is buttoned all the way up.
Totally. For sure.
Less makeup.
Yep.
Okay.
That's why his sleeves are down. And his toes and feet are exactly like the Wolfman boots that he wears. And the yay and the nay is that I bet you I can guess what your complaint will be. Is that they're just giant tubes, but they're screen accurate tubes.
I was going to comment, but the comment was going to be that it's screen. I mean, it's just like his hair.
Yeah.
His hair looks like a helmet, but it's what it should look like.
Yep.
And the feet look like, 80s costume.
Yep. And they are sculpted, and I love this and I hate it. Because when he's in the Wolfman mode, he always walks on the balls of his feet.
Yes.
And so some Wolfmen copy that, some Wolfmen don't. Some Wolfmen are even have little foot pegs or heel spurs, as it were, to help him stand.
Oh, I see.
He can't stand very easily, if at all, without the stand.
Right. I was trying for probably 2 solid minutes before I put the stand on, because I think it's balanced, but then I don't know how long it actually stand up once you got them.
Yeah.
But there's no toe hinge, so the feet are just sculpted in this position. There is sort of a flat part, but getting him to balance on it, you can see it there. I did not have much luck.
There's not a lot of surface area to get him to stand.
No.
So that kind of really annoys me.
But they give you a stand,
They do give me a stand,
and then he stands fine.
and then he stands fine. Yeah, so he stands fine. He can stand fine with the stand, and it's not a giant stand. Now, if they really wanted to make me happy, if you're going to give me that, just give me a sculpted dirt.
Yeah. I was I was gonna say make it a diorama piece.
Yeah.
On your own, but
Well,
NECA could have.
Should they have? I don't know. Do I appreciate that they sculpted it to look right? Yes. Was I anticipating him falling over? Yeah. Because it's an issue that has plagued many a werewolf.
I thought they would have figured it out at the manufacturing stage. Sculpting stage?
Sculpting stage. Some point, toe joint. I mean, they make Alien with toe joints.
I think a toe joint would have made it worse.
Unless it was ratcheted.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But then are the ratchets in the right spot?
I don't know, man.
Because they're not for McFarlane.
Well, yeah. So, he looks great. We didn't mention his hands, but his hands look great as well. There is the pads of his hands are a different color than the top of his hands, so he is very.
I was showing off the feet nails, the toenails earlier, and he has painted fingernails as well.
Yeah.
The wrong-handed focus. Come on. But yeah, sculpted hair, painted fingernails, pads are a different color, and that's nice too.
100% screen accurate for the colorized version,
Paint and sculpt is great.
as usual. Usually at this time, we check out the articulation.
Mm-hmm.
So, as we say on this channel all the time, he has pretty much the typical NECA human articulation scheme. Ball-jointed head that gets you some movement. The problem, his head is a little stuck on the top joint. There is a neck joint, so it moves more. I just can't get it to move right now on camera. Because every time I try and move the top joint, the bottom joint moves.
Oh, I see.
It's kind of like the foot peg, where you have to get the foot peg going the right way to turn it. Swivel and in and out shoulders, single jointed elbows, mummy, in and out wrist that swivel. He has like a Michael Myers plastic overlay.
I noticed that.
but I can't tell if he has a diaphragm joint. I can't get it to move, but there is a little tiny give.
Okay.
Not nearly as much as Michael Myers, because Michael Myers is Dutch. He does have torso. I wish he could go over a little bit more, but that's mainly due to the fact that his sculpt is very trunk-like, like tree trunk.
Yeah.
Can move his legs like typical Neca guys, single knees and ankles that actually kick up really
Oh, that is nice.
like that. So you could probably, if you were Berg and had some time, get some crazy leg pose to stand on. Maybe I'll take photos sometime. So yeah, nothing special, but all the stuff you need your Wolfman. I mean, look at how much range he's getting that elbow. Single joint.
And they're less ugly elbows.
Yeah. And as long as you don't go super far, you don't see that, So yeah, any pose you need your Wolfman to get into, he can get into. Except for moving his upper neck joint right now. I like him. He's as posable as any other one I have, except for the Remco one, which had a spring arms where you press the button and he had monster grab. So yeah, he can get some cool Wolfman poses. I dig it. All right, and as he is a typical ultimate of the ultimate Neca line, he comes with an assortment of accessories. To start off with, he comes with a Lon Chaney, aka Lawrence Talbot, head sculpt, which, much like their McCready, I can see the likeness, but there's like a softness, or like it's just smushed or something, like it's just almost not right. I don't know what it is.
I'm less familiar with what his face should look like, but when I saw this, I was thinking Rocketeer.
Rocketeer doesn't have as big a nose. It's Patrick Warburton.
Well,
and he also has an upper neck joint that is also currently super tight and hard to move.
it's a thick neck.
Yeah. Maybe Lon Chaney just had a thick neck. I don't know. But
It looks like a stand that you would put a head on that you were painting,
oh yeah, there you go.
and instead that's his actual neck.
It's well done for what it is. I appreciate it. It's something I might do once to see what it looks like, but I'll never use him in this mode. Ever.
Just make that once during this video.
Yeah. And to go with your human head, he comes with a pair of human hands. Whoops. Which are your typical splayed hand. And
Good amount of detail in there too.
yeah, and the fingernails are
A lighter color.
yeah. So not something you see every day. I'll take it. And they are also in and out.
In and out joints.
But and then whoops.
Shock and awe.
Shocking. He comes with a right gripping hand. You're going to ask, why does he come with a right gripping hand?
Why is that?
Because he comes with the silver cane that is used to kill all werewolves in the original Wolfman movie. And by kill, I mean kill for that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got the wolf head, it's got the pentagram, it's even got some gold, I don't know,
Dry brushing?
dry brushing or rust or something going on there.
It looks nice.
It's not just the flat silver that my other ones have. There's even a little wash in the mouth to make it darker. I don't know if that's coming up on the camera.
Yep.
So it's the best one of these I have out of the 3 or 4 of these I have.
Silver tip too.
Also has, yeah.
Silver tip.
Which also has the same kind of copper dirt wash, whatever, I don't know. It's not just straight silver like if I painted it. And he can use it to smash. He might, if you pry his hand open, be able to hold the wolf's head, but I don't think that's probably gonna deform the hand a little bit, and that's not what I would use it for, because yeah. And then you're going, well, he has human head and hands. Well, of course he has. I took my socks off too when I was going to turn to a werewolf feet action, which is articulated as well.
2 of those?
2 of those. Funny side note,
Mm-hmm.
I happen to notice in the packaging they put the left foot on the right side and the right foot on the left side.
Interesting.
And it's not just mine. Because I saw it in mine, because mine actually, the reason I took mine is because my foot was loose in the package.
Okay.
And I knew no one would buy that one because it had a loose piece.
I see.
So that's how I discovered it. And I'm like, what? How dumb are they? And because I was worried at that point that, I got 2 left feet or 2 right feet.
Right.
Nope. And then I looked at another one. They're all that way.
Huh.
And yes, he does come with the other foot. Oh, wait, and he comes with this awesome...
Greatest accessory.
Yep. Bear trap.
And the paint on this is outstanding.
It is silver, then with a dirt rust paint job all over, like the rivets and such, and it's not consistent across, so it looks like it's been rusted or dirty or like it's sitting out in the woods.
It's incredibly well weathered.
Yep. And if you haven't noticed, the spring part is slightly springy, which I appreciate even though it serves no purpose. This latch pops open and then you can close it. So if you want to have a severed foot action, you can have severed foot action. Or if you want to recreate when the Wolfman steps on it, you can recreate Wolfman stepping on it.
Looks incredible.
Yeah. Thank you, Neca, for including that. Oh, wait, I forgot. Another thing that I love and hate about this figure, spoilers, he comes with a 3rd Wolfman portrait. The growling, snarling Wolfman. And the bane of my Wolfman toy existence. He's looking off to the goddamn left. Or no, the right. Sorry. Camera left. My original 8-inch Remco Wolfman looking off to the right. Because in the scene where, the famous scene in the movie, he's like looking off at the moon or something.
Oh.
And every toy seems to want, oh, that looks awesome, let's do that, instead of having him look. So I have 8-inch Remco Wolfman who looks off to the left. Somewhere I have a 3 3/4 inch Wolfman who looks off to the left or right. Fucking stop it. Or give me articulated eyes.
Oh, man.
Because this would be my go-to portrait, because I love the anger in his face. I love his teeth. The sculpt is all over perfect again, except he's always looking off. So I always have to angle his head so he's looking, because otherwise he's going to be looking at, I don't know.
Yeah.
And this one, of course, has a giant neck, and I cannot get it to move either. So,
Gotta get that hairdryer back here.
I'm going to get the hairdryer back here. But yeah, I love, love, love everything about this head except for those eyes.
That makes sense.
And even this piece of fur, feather, hair. But man, just great, great, great expression.
Well, now in this grouping, the captain looks short.
Yes.
But we have McFarlane Grim Knight and Universal The Mummy from a couple of weeks ago, last week. maybe,
Yes.
depending.
Now, before we go, he's super taller. He is on his balls of his feet. So he's actually the same height as the mummy. He's not taller than the mummy.
He is, I don't know if anyone cares about this, he's wider at the shoulders.
It's because the mummy's wearing compression wraps, so he keeps those muscles and body parts, blood flowing. Right? That's where you are.
Makes sense.
Sure. So yeah, he's your typical 7-inch scale Neca figure.
And he looks good with other 7-inch figures.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't wait till I have a Universal Monster shelf. Just super excited.
As soon as you get these home.
As soon as I get them home, they're all going to go in the same box to go on that shelf when that shelf eventually gets around.
Okay.
And if you want to know what happens in 80 years in makeup effects and what scares us in the 1930s versus what scares us in the 1980s.
That's a good example.
Yeah. Oh my God, do I want a howling toy now? Neca, get on it! So, this is what happens when you get bit by Bela Lugosi and turn into a werewolf. Spoilers. And this is what happens when you get fucked up when you walk on the moors.
Damn it.
So, what the lesson here is, stay the fuck away from Europe at nighttime. Gonna turn into a monster. That's what all my favorite movies tell me. Not safe anywhere. I can't think of a spot where you're safe. But if it's nighttime, you're out in the woods in Europe, you're fucked. Or you better hope you can run faster than your buddy.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
I'm going to give him 4.5, I think. So I don't have the same attachment to the Universal Monsters that you do. I am familiar. I don't think I've seen any of the movies, which is my fault.
Really? Haven't even stumbled into one, huh?
I am of the age where I have had opportunities and not taken them.
You were just young enough not to be the age group that would have watched Svengoolie in this area.
I did watch Svengoolie on the weekends. But it was...
What?
I did watch a lot of...
Was it Son of Svengoolie or Svengoolie?
I think it was probably Son of, because it was Dave Coase, wasn't it?
Rich Coase.
Rich. But
was it on Channel 32?
26, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's Svengoolie.
Okay. But see, I was also watching a bunch of WGN with Beastmaster. So I think I was watching...
Where are my Beastmaster toys?
Newer old movies.
Fuck, Mark Singer? I'd be all up in a Mark Singer with this too. Ferrets.
Beastmaster and American Ninja. That was my weekend.
Oh, Michael Dudikoff?
Yes, Michael Dudikoff.
Oh, and what was
as previously discussed in
yeah,
some lost video.
What was the other guy? The other guy's name, like Steve Jackson or something, like.
I don't remember. But Michael Dudikoff, I will never forget.
American Ninja.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's so good.
So, those
where's that?
Those were the movies I was watching, and I missed, and I have not gone back to watch these. But it's a really good toy. I just don't have the personal attachment, and the one complaint that I have is that he can't stand without the stand. But thankfully, they gave us a stand, and the accessories are fantastic. So, what did I say? 4.5?
I'm going 4.5.
I'm going 4.5. Final answer.
Steve James, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, fuck those eyes.
But he's looking at the hand. It makes sense. He posed it, so it makes sense.
I know. I'm going to give him a 4 because he can't stand. And it really...
God.
He's got the stand and a flat foot, and he still fell. So...
Yeah, that's problematic.
So I'm going to go 4. I love everything about him except for those eyes, which I've dealt with for however long I've had those Remco toys. 79, 80, roughly. Man, if I can find those, we'll do a retro review. And it will be sad because my Wolfman got eaten by my dog.
Oh.
So his one leg is chewed up and his pants are torn up. So it actually looks better. But the other 3 limbs aren't torn up. But anyway, we're not talking about this. We're talking about this guy. Once again, Neca does an amazing paint job, amazing sculpt. Gives me a figure that I've wanted for a long time. He fits in great with the other ones. I'm super excited. I will get past the eye. I will be able to find a way to get him to stand. I'll be happy. He makes me happy. I think I'm holding it against him that I've wanted him to be perfect more than the toy's fault, except for the feet. The feet is, I don't know how to solve it, but
it's definitely on Neca.
Yeah,
those feet.
Yeah. It's on Neca, but I mean, it's sculpted to look right. So I don't know how to put die cast in the feet so they're heavy so he stays down. I don't know. I'm not going to pay any.
I think it just needs more surface area.
Yeah.
I think the joints are good, at least
just
that
give
I've
him
experienced.
A flat ball of his foot. While I appreciate that you sculpted and painted the bottom of his foot, if you make it flat so he can stand better, I'll sacrifice that because I'm never going to look at the bottom of his feet other than for this review and to go, why the F can't you stand, motherfucker? And yes, I know I said F and then said motherfucker. And I'm sorry, Wilson's kid, who watched the Mummy video and got through all of it, and then we have the extra parts, and I swear like crazy. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm totally going to buy more. He makes me excited for the next one. I'm really hoping that the reason that they're doing Dracula last so far, or fourth, is because they're trying to get their head sculpts better and better, because, as we mentioned a lot, they're super great at making monster faces and kind of iffy on making human faces even when they have the likeness rights.
Yeah.
Or if you watch our McCready video from a year ago, where I suggest that maybe they don't actually have the likeness rights, but they have the character rights, and that's how they finally got around it, so they can make it look like Kurt Russell, but not actually Kurt Russell. If you remember that video.
You just reminded me that I don't have a Jack Burton yet.
Yeah, fuck, where's my Jack Burton toys? Anyway, totally wasting this opportunity to talk about Wolfman. Wolfman is awesome. Wolfman has nards. Oh my god, Monster Squad Wolfman, where are you? Holy fuck.
That's fair. Monster Squad.
Monster Squad. Love that movie. Anyway. Crashing the rails. I don't know. Just talk to us, please. Or don't. It's cool.
But shout out to Yarmo.
Yeah.
It's there every time.
Shout out to Wolfman. Like, I kind of like this pose. I think this is what I might keep him at.
Could you use the bear trap as a stand? Would he balance on the bear trap? Let's find out. Technically, yes.
It took too long.
Anyway.
Like, subscribe, press all the buttons that we haven't mentioned. We might have mentioned them. I don't know. If you want to hear me ramble about any stories, just ask, and I will ramble.
Stay for the after credits. 2-foot test. Success.
Monster Squad. Love that movie. Man, when he holds that little girl and says, "You bitch," oh, she just screamed. Oh, man, my grandma was so upset she took me to see that in 1987. What kind of, bad enough it was a monster horror movie, but when Dracula calls a little girl a bitch, oh, she was super pissed. She never took me to another movie after that.
This is all staying in.
Yeah, I got He-Man out of her, and I got the Monster Squad. I think I got 2 movies out of her. I know the Monster Squad was the last one. It was either He-Man or Superman Quest for Peace, but I think it was He-Man. And
See, my
done.
grandpa. Now we're way off topic, but my
Yeah.
grandpa rented stuff, like Rambo and RoboCop, that I should not have been watching at that age.
Dude, my dad, like every summer when mom was out at work and he got home, because he got home like 3 hours earlier than her, went down to Visions and Video. He'd rent any R movie I wanted to watch because he'd watch them with me, and that's how I saw Aliens, Predator, Alien, Jaws, any horrible 80s R-rated movie when I couldn't go see it in the theater. Wait 6 months for it to come out on VHS, and Dad's like, "Oh, let's run it, put it on the VCR." He'd have a drink. I'd have a Coke or a Pepsi, and we'd enjoy Arnold Schwarzenegger just murdering people. Oh man, when we watched Commando, so much fun.
It's good times.
My dad, who was absolutely useless with tools, was telling me how not only that tool wouldn't actually be able to do that when Arnold Schwarzenegger like throws the saw blades through guys and stuff. And like, Dad, you can barely mow the lawn. Yeah. Dad, you were the first guy in line for power windows because you didn't want to roll up your goddamn window in 1977. Tell me about power tools.